The film opens on Mickey, an expendable colonist having survived a tremendous fall on a frigid alien planet. His comms and thermal gear are broken. He is found by his colleague Timo, who instead of helping quickly scavenges Mickey's working flamethrower, justifying it by saying Mickey is clearly doomed and will just be reprinted back at the colony anyway. This reveals the core premise of the Expendables, a class of laborers on a deep space colony expedition who are continuously cloned and have their memories uploaded upon death to perform dangerous disposable tasks. Mickey's internal monologue provides background. He was on Earth drowning in debt to a ruthless loan shark named Darius Blank after a failed macaron business he started with his untrustworthy friend. To escape Blank's violent collection methods, Mickey decided to leave Earth, joining the colony expedition led by former politician Kenneth Marshall and his wife Ilfa. With no valuable skills, Mickey's only option was to apply as an expendable. The application required him to commit suicide to prove his faith in the system, the cloning and memory backup technology, which was banned on Earth due to ethical concerns but used in space for the Expendables. During the 4.5-year journey to the planet Niflheim, Mickey met Nasha, an elite agent, and they fell in love. Despite the ship's cramped conditions, strict calorie-controlled rations, and the general unpleasantness of the other colonists, their relationship was the one bright spot in Mickey's difficult existence. Meanwhile, Marshall establishes a cult-like following on the ship obsessed with conserving resources until they can infest the land on Niflheim. Upon arrival, the colonists immediately face a lethal airborne virus. Mickey and the other Expendables are sent out, expended repeatedly in lethal environments to gather samples, eventually leading to the creation of a vaccine. Mickey constantly dying and being reprinted plays a crucial role. Following the virus crisis, a new, more immediate threat appears: vicious predatory alien creatures the colonists call creepers. Marshall, infuriated that a precious fertile female died instead of the expendable Mickey, doubles Mickey's shifts and halves his already meager rations, tasking him with collecting a live creeper sample. Mickey eventually encounters a creeper and is incapacitated, but instead of being immediately eaten, the creature drags him away to feed to its young. Before he is consumed, he is rescued by an unexpected event. He runs into a multiple. The concept of multiples is introduced via a flashback to a sensational murder case on Earth where a scientist named Alan Manikova was found to have printed a clone of himself, demonstrating the flaw in the cloning system that allows two separate consciousnesses of the same person to exist simultaneously. Multiples are considered an abomination and are illegal. The man Mickey encounters is a freshly printed Mickey 2.0 who was cloned while Mickey Prime was still alive and active in the field. Mickey 2.0 explains that due to the ethical and resource crisis, multiples represent one of them has to die. The brutal life of Mickey, an expendable colonist on the distant freezing planet of Niflheim. The Expendables are a class of low-skill laborers who perform the most lethal tasks because they are continuously cloned and have their memories uploaded upon death, a technology banned on Earth due to the ethical crisis it caused with the emergence of multiples. Mickey's difficult existence is revealed in his monologue. He joined the Niflheim expedition led by the fanatical former Congressman Kenneth Marshall to escape massive debt incurred from a failed macaron business orchestrated by his shifty friend Timo. On the ship he found solace and love with Nasha, an elite agent. The colonists' journey to Niflheim, however, was immediately followed by a deadly airborne virus and then attacks by vicious predators, the creepers. Mickey, already subject to perpetual death and rebirth, found his life and rations further curtailed by Marshall, who uses the Expendables as literal cannon fodder for his increasingly desperate scientific research. The tension escalates when Mickey, recovering from a near-death encounter with a creeper, discovers a shocking truth: he is a multiple. A second clone, Mickey 2.0, was printed while the original Mickey was still alive. The first Mickey, distraught and fearful of the colony's strict policy of permanent deletion for all multiples, proposes a deal. They'll split the rations, the workload, and even their mandated deaths, with the new Mickey taking the even numbers. Mickey 2.0, more cynical and aggressive, agrees but makes it clear he despises the original for his whiny, clingy personality which he inherits through the memories. This new dynamic quickly leads to trouble. While attempting to get the powerful narcotic oxazofol from Timo, the two Mickeys fight over Timo's betrayal on Earth, having put most of the massive debt in their shared name. During the confrontation, Mickey 2.0, impulsive and seeking revenge, traps Timo in the ship's organic waste recycler, Cycler, nearly killing him. The situation is further complicated when Mickey is randomly selected as the guest of honor for a private dinner with Commander Marshall. During the lavish, unsettling meal, Marshall, clearly a eugenicist, makes his extreme views known. Niflheim is meant to be a colony for superior people with impeccable genetics like Marshall's wife Ilfa and fellow agent Kai Katz, who is present at the dinner. Marshall praises Kai's potential for his natural childbirthing program, reducing her to little more than a uterus. Marshall then tests an experimental growth hormone on Mickey through the cultured meat he's eating, causing an excruciating, painful reaction. When the painkiller fails, Marshall nearly executes Mickey in front of his guests, an act of sheer barbarism that he deems more humane. Kai, a kind-hearted agent and friend of the recently deceased Jennifer, saves Mickey by tending to him afterward. In a moment of vulnerability, she asks Mickey what death feels like, revealing her anguish over her friend's final moments. Mickey returns to his room to find Nasha and Mickey 2.0 engaging in a three-way, with Nasha clearly enjoying the variety and the novelty of having two partners. She has also been using oxazofol. Mickey is furious that she is sleeping with his clone and that Mickey 2.0 tried to kill him. Nasha, calm and unbothered, shuts them both down, telling them she will feed you both as often as I can and that she has already negotiated their joint existence. The tense situation is immediately threatened when Kai, having witnessed the multiples violation, rushes off to report them to Marshall. The Mickeys are forced to act. They confront the Marshal, who is giving a ridiculous ego-driven speech about Nibelheim's new monument, a massive black rock that will be their cornerstone. Mickey 2.0 uses the chaos to attack Marshall, wounding him before escaping. The two Mickeys reconnect in the tunnels and realize that the creepers did not intend to eat the original Mickey but rather saw him off by throwing him out of their hole, suggesting the creatures may not be simple vicious predators. Their brief truce is shattered when they run into Timo, who has survived the cycler. Timo reveals he received a handwritten letter from an associate of Darius Blank, the lone shark. They fled on Earth. They are being pursued by Blank's men, implying that their escape to Nibelheim was futile and that the expendable system and their very lives are now part of a much larger, more terrifying corporate debt collection scheme. Timo, desperate to survive, prepares to murder one of the Mickeys. The Mickeys realize that even if Timo delivers the video, Blank will likely hunt him down eventually. To save the original gentler Mickey, Mickey 2.0, the more aggressive clone, offers himself up to be chopped, requesting a hit of undiluted oxyzofol as his final cigarette before execution. Just as Timo is about to kill Mickey 2.0, Nasha bursts in horrified and puts a knife to Timo's neck, forcing him to release the clone. Later, the original Mickey reflects on Nasha's devotion, realizing she is the only person who has ever truly loved him in all his iterations. The colony is thrown into chaos as swarms of creepers gather outside the ship, drawn by the cries of the creeper infant Zoko that was captured the day before. The creeper's presence leads the committee to declare a level 3 emergency and grant Commander Marshall sole command. Marshall, with his wife Ilfa by his side, prepares for Operation Total Extermination, planning to gas the entire creeper population to eliminate them as a threat and secure the planet for his eugenicist vision of a pure human race. As a sadistic prelude, Marshall plans a deadly game for the two Mickeys. He outfits them with explosive vests, hands them primitive weapons, and sends them out to cut off as many creeper tails as possible. The first Mickey to bring back 100 tails lives, the loser goes boom. The real goal is to get the creepers to swarm the blast zone for a mass killing. Before leaving, an agent gives Mickey an upgraded prototype translator device. Mickey and Mickey 2.0 ignore the killing game, focusing instead on communicating with the creepers. They quickly meet the Mama Creeper, and the translator allows them to communicate in crude translated speech. The Mama Creeper reveals that the creepers saved Mickey and did not eat him. They recognized he was crap food or recycled spam baby who was constantly being chewed up and shit out, implying a level of cognitive intelligence and a rejection of the expendables as a food source. The Mama Creeper explains that the creepers are seeking retribution because the humans killed their baby Luko, the one that was accidentally frozen earlier. They want their remaining baby Zoko back, and they demand a human life in exchange for peace. Otherwise, they will cause extinction by unleashing a devastating high-pitched sonic attack that will make human eyeball explode and brain explode. As the Mickeys relay this deadly ultimatum, Marshall and his film crew arrive to execute Operation Total Extermination. Nasha, having witnessed Marshall's escalating cruelty and abuse of power, takes action. She holds Ilfa hostage and demands the release of the creeper baby Zoko and a safe exit. She entrusts Zoko to one of the Mickeys and escapes to return the baby to its mother, all while a security officer, Zeke, begins to log all the evidence of Marshall's misconduct for the committee. Marshall, now completely unhinged and desperate for a cinematic victory, abandons his speech plan and orders the immediate use of a bazooka on the closest concentration of creepers. In the chaos, Marshall accidentally targets the area where the Mickeys are blowing up the flitter where his remaining security is standing. In the confusion, one of the Mickeys detonates his own explosive vest, sacrificing himself to take out Marshall. Nasha reunites with the surviving Mickey, who is the one that escaped the fight with Timo. The human committee, shocked by Marshall's death and the video evidence of his tyranny, arrests everyone involved in the atrocities. Nasha uses the public outcry and her documented evidence of Marshall's crimes to run for the committee and wins in a landslide. 6 months later, Nasha, now a committee member, successfully abolishes the Expendables program and human cloning on Nibelheim. She and the surviving Mickey are finally free to grow old together. The final scenes show the remnants of Marshall's tyranny, Ilfa now institutionalized and mentally broken, trying to serve her grotesque sauce to a clone of Marshall, and Timo, who barely escaped a final confrontation with Blank's associate, now a free but paranoid man. The surviving Mickey, now safe and loved, still grapples with the lingering guilt of having chosen to live at the expense of his clones and others, but accepts that it's okay for him to be happy. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.